The very idea of getting into spiritual sadhana is to go to a place that you don't know. She will just go like she's a beggar, she will go. When she finds the opportune moment, she just grabs the whole plate and throws it on the street for her dogs. Because of this, many times she has been beaten by people.
Your body is doing many things that you do not know. You as a person, what do you know? Do you know even what this blade of grass knows about life? You do not know. Without this, spiritual path is a damn hard thing to do. What I have been through, I don't want anybody to go through. That's why the effort.
Sadhguru, how do I know if I am progressing on the spiritual path?
When you're no more concerned about your progress, that means you have progressed. Every day, do not count it like a meter. Okay, I did one more pranayam, what did I get? Just make your sadhana into an offering. Something you have tasted, that's the reason why you're here, isn't it? Something you've tasted, you know there is something beyond your present level of experience. That much is clear. If not, even if it's not happened to you, you have seen it's happening to other people, so you know there is something. You tasted something one way or the other, either with your own tongue or through somebody else's tongue. You know that something exists. So once you know this, you just make your sadhana into an offering. You don't keep meter on your sadhana every day. Okay, I did 327 pranayams, what has happened to me? With this, you'll only get health, nothing else but health. Health and physical well-being may happen. You will not know anything more than that. If you want to really know something beyond, you just do it. You go and do all kinds of stupid things to make money, to maintain your family and all that, isn't it? The only thing that is keeping people propelled is just those little greed for those little things in life, isn't it? 24 hours they're willing to be active to fulfill those needs, isn't it so? Now, whatever little time you dedicate into your sadhana, make it an offering. If you get disentangled with certain struggles within you, then make your whole life into an offering. Then you don't worry about it. When it's time, your guru will take you by the hand. You don't worry about how to get there. Your business is just to give yourself to the process, that's all. If you try to get there, you will go only to the places that you know, isn't it? You cannot go to a place that you do not know. Longing to go somewhere and trying to go somewhere, longing to go somewhere is different. Trying to go somewhere is self-defeating, because if you try to go somewhere, you will only go to that place that you know, and that's no use. The very idea of getting into spiritual sadhana is to go to a place that you don't know, isn't it? You can't try to go to a place that you don't know. You can only try to go to a place that you know. So don't try to go anywhere. Just do it like an offering. Nothing need to happen. No progress need to happen. You just do it. When it's an offering, nothing is expected out of it. You just offer every day. What has to happen will happen.
The more sadhana I am doing, the more aware I am becoming of the many layers of resistance within myself. In such a state, how can I offer myself?
See, when can you offer your morning coffee? When can you give away your morning coffee to somebody? only when somebody else has become much more important than yourself, isn't it? If you are the important person in your life, the morning cup of coffee you would like to drink, isn't it? Isn't it so? What is valuable to you? When can you give it away to somebody? Only when you see somebody else as more important than yourself. One day's charity is different. Steadily to give what is important to you in your life to somebody else means that somebody has become far more important than yourself. Only then you can give yourself. Otherwise, no giving is possible. If you try to give, it's not going to happen. When you see somebody else as something far bigger than yourself, you're overwhelmed by the whole thing, then everything that you do is a giving. You don't even have to think of giving. Then you will see what you call as myself will not exist. Something else, which is far beyond you, will start functioning in your life. There is… in Tamil Nadu, there was a saint, a lady saint, who was… nobody knows her name. She happens to come from where Tarani comes from, Nepal. Nobody knows how she landed up in South India. Just one woman, from somewhere she came, and she was in Kanyakumari, the very southern tip of India. She lived her life like this. She has a large gang of friends. They are the dogs in the town. She has always 10 to 15 dogs around her. The street dogs, they are all her friends. She will go to any lengths to feed them. She will… in India, in the smaller hotels in the rural side, they would have kept food on display. She will just go like she's a beggar, she will go. When she finds the opportune moment, she just grabs the whole plate and throws it on the street for her dogs. Because of this, many times she has been beaten by people. So people started getting quite violent with her. Then she didn't know how else to handle. When she withdraws she's just spent most of her time on the beach. Kanyakumari is a beach with three oceans meeting at one point, where you can see distinct colors of the ocean meeting. It's an incredible place. The Bay of Bengal, the Indian Ocean and the Arabian Sea meet, and you can see the shades different coming and meeting in one place. So she's always on the beach. So when she's on the beach, she just sits on the water and floats around. So people were amazed. Then they said she's doing some Maya, so they called her Mayamma. So she came to be known as Mayamma. Even today she's known as Mayamma because she was just floating around on water. So when people saw that she's floating around and the story spread around, then people are afraid to beat her. When she comes, they'll try to protect the food. Or some people started feeding the dogs because she wants the dogs to be fed. She lived like this, an incredible woman. Very spiritually, you can place her very high up in the ladder. Then somebody decided when she came to her old age, ripe old age, nobody knows how old, she must have been in her 80s, looking at her face and the way she was. Somebody built a small home for her in Salem, which was cruel, taking her away from the beach. But they built a small home where she settled and she attained Samadhi. Her Samadhi is a very powerful place, very wonderfully powerful place. She never gave any teaching, she never spoke to anybody. But she gathered a small following. I'd heard about her and I wanted to… I recognized that who she is. I was staying on top of a mountain close by. Just, those were the days when I used to take vacations. So I was just on a vacation and at that time Vijay was there with me. So it happened to be a full moon night. Then we decided I wanted to drive down to this place where her samadhi is. I had been there before once and we just drove down there. There were just 5, 6 people. Because it's a full moon day, they offer prasadam that day, they cook and want to serve people. So they were expecting about 50 to 100 people, so they cooked for 100 people. But only these 5 people are there, plus me, Vijay and Radhe was a very small infant she was. We went there. So, tamarind rice, it's called pulisadam. So they made pulisadam. The samadhi is exuberant. It's a glorious place. On a full moon day, they wanted to feed 100 people, free food. But those 100 people are not there. Only 7, 8 of us to eat that pulisadam. I thought, what a waste, A woman like that, a rare being. And 100 people to eat free food are not available for her. It's real tragedy in the world. All kinds of jokers have gathered large followings who have nothing but solace giving. Solace peddlers have gathered huge followings in the world. Somebody like Mayamma, a very, resplendent being. That's fine. But there was one man, a very simple rural person. He is the one who cooked the food. So he came the moment he looked at me, he burst into tears. And he's wonderful man, totally illiterate, but spiritually very wonderful. The moment he saw me, he just burst into tears. He came, he fell at my feet and he hugged me and then he said, I cooked for 100 people, nobody came. I said, it's okay, I will eat at least 2 people's food today to make it up for what cooking you did. But the incredible thing was, this man, his face has become just like her face. See, she's a Nepali. She has slanting eyes and the mongoloid features, and with old age, she's always stayed in the open beach. Skin has become like leather. She has that kind of visage. But this man, who is a South Indian man, his whole face has become like hers. You won't believe it. It's just his devotion. It's just that he gave himself so deeply to her, his face has become exactly like hers. So that's giving. When somebody gives like that, he doesn't know any spiritual teaching. He just experienced her in a big way and he gave himself to her. So watch out, you may grow a beard.
If you really want to be in the lap of grace, what is needed from you is you walk like a devotee, not in pretension, not a pretentious devotee. As I said earlier, you do not know how this tree actually functions. You do not know how this blade of grass happens. You do not know how anything here is working. Do you know? No. So I want you to look at everything. Everything seems to be little more intelligent than you. When you are so dumb, when you see a tree, if you see the mountain, the blade of grass, everything, I want you to look at them for who they are, for what they are. No, my body is also… that is fine, your body is super. Your body is doing many things that you do not know. You as a person, what do you know? Do you know even what this blade of grass knows about life? You do not know. So I want you to look at everything, even a grain of sand. It knows a lot more than you about life. So you are a junior here. They were all here way before you, and they know much more than you about life. So I want you to walk with a certain sense of wonder and devotion at everything. Just try this for next 24 hours. That's all that's needed. This is all that is needed to open the doors of life. That you do not think too much of yourself. You do not think something about you which is not true. Whatever you think about yourself is very untrue. Because when it comes to basic life, what this soil knows, you do not know, isn't it? Yes? Generally, in America they call soil dirt. What this dirt knows, you do not know. Your brain cannot do what this soil is doing. Is it a fact? Is it a fact? So, when there are such big people, stalwarts around you, you walk gently. You understand? Don't go like this. I want you to go. Because they are not simple. If you just walk like this, if you walk with devotion, slowly you will fall into the lap of grace. Without this, spiritual path is a damn hard thing to do. What I have been through, I don't want anybody to go through. That's why the effort.